Hello everyone, welcome to the class once again. I hope you're all doing good and you're the best of your health. So after completing the chapter on units and measurement, let's go ahead and let's practice some problems which are actually problem based on the NEET pattern kind of questions. In NEET, the questions are objective kind and we practice questions on objective type, and sometimes we'll be solving the entire problem in a subjective fashion, but you can get the answers in an objective manner. Let's go ahead with the first question. Given that period T of oscillation of a gas bubble from an explosion under water depends on P, D and E, where P is the pressure, D is the density of water and E is the total energy of the explosion. Find dimensionally a relation for T. So here we are given that the time period is depending on pressure and density and the energy. So how we can do this question? See here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to solve the question at the other end. Here you see here, let's say the time period depends on pressure, density and energy as this. It's pressure to the power A, density to the power B and energy to the power C. So dimensionally it has to be correct. So the dimensions at the left end should be equal to dimensions of all the variables that we have taken at the right end. So we can write dimensionally this equation in this form. Let's go ahead, let's write down each of the dimensional formula for each of the variables. So for time period we have dimension as T. Pressure is force upon area. Its dimension will be M, then we'll be having L minus 1, T power minus 2 power A. Density is mass per unit volume. So it will be ml power minus 3 power B. Energy is, you can think of it is kind of work done, and energy both have the same units. So work done is force into displacement. So you can directly write ml2 T power minus 2. This is how you can proceed, and this is power C. So if I go ahead and if I write all the dimension in one single equation, we'll be having at the left hand side T, at the right hand side we'll be having M power A power B power C. So we'll be having M power A plus B plus C, and here we'll be having, let me also write down for length, L will be, its power will be minus A minus 3B, and we'll be having here LUC plus 2C. This is what we'll be having. And next time period minus 2A, and here there is no time, and here minus 2C. So time will be minus 2A and minus 2C. This is the formula that we are going to have. So from here you can see that A plus B plus C, it will be equal to 0. There is no M factor at the left hand side. Then minus A minus 3B plus 2B plus 2C should be also equal to 0. And minus 2A minus 2C should be equal to 1 because time factor should be equal to 1. So let me write down, this will be from here comparing the coefficient, we'll be having A plus B plus C equals to 0. First equation. The second equation, let me write at the other end, we'll be having minus A minus 3B minus A minus 3B plus 2C is equal to also 0. This will be also 0, and minus 2A minus 2C, equation number 2, this is minus 2A minus 2C, this comes out to be 1, equation number 3. From here, can we find out anything? If we relate A plus B plus C equals to 0, equation number 1. Equation number 2, minus A minus 3B plus 2C equals to 0, equation number 2. Equation number 3, we have minus 2A minus 2C equals to 1. So can we write this as A plus C, and let me keep it in this way only. Let me show that this is 2A plus 2C is equal to minus 1. Not a big change. We have just replaced the kind of representation for equation number 3. I have just written it in this form. I have multiplied a minus sign here. From all this equation number 1 2 and 4, can we eliminate some variables and can we find out the relation between A, B and C and what values they actually have. So what I do, take note till here. I will do right at the other end, take note till here. Okay, I believe that you would have seen this equation number 1, it's A plus B plus C equals to 0. If we multiply 3 in this equation, see what we are going to obtain. We will be obtaining 3A. If we multiply 3 in equation number 1, we will be having 3A plus 3B plus 3C is equal to 0. Not a problem, we will be having this. If we multiply 3 in equation number 1, we will be having this. A plus B plus C equals to 0 we were having. Now I have just multiplied here with 3, we obtained this. Let's say this equation is number 5. Now equation number 5, if we add this with equation number 2, then B will be cancelled out. So equation number 2 plus 5, if we add it, we are going to have 3B, 3B will be cancelled out, 3A minus A, that is 2A, and 3C plus 2C, that will be 5C. 2A plus 5C comes out to be 0. Let's say this is equation number 6. Don't worry about the number of equations that we are obtaining. 2A plus 5C, 2A plus 2C equals to minus 1. Or what we can do, we can see equation number 3, minus 2A minus 2C equals to 1. So if we add this equation number 6 with equation number 3, so 3 plus 6, 2A minus 2A will be cancelled out, 5C minus 2C will be 3C, 3C comes out to be equal to 1, so C equals to 1 by 3. C equals to 1 by 3, let's note this first answer, C equals to 1 by 3. Next one, if C is 1 by 3, A will be what? Trying to evaluate the value of A will come out to be, let me write down the value of A. A turns out to be, A is equal to minus 1 minus 2C divided by 2. Minus 1 minus 2C divided by 2. So this will be minus 1 minus 2. C value is C value is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 divided by 2. This will turn out to be minus 1 minus 2 by 3. That will be minus 5 by 3 divided by 2. So it will be minus 5 by 6. So A value turns out to be minus 5 by 6. Have this value. A plus B plus C was equal to 0. We know that. A plus B plus C is equal to 0. So B will come out to be minus C minus A. So that will be equal to minus C will be, C is actually equal to 1 by 3. So minus C will be minus 1 by 3 and minus 8 will be plus 5 by 6. If we see this, this will be 1 by 2. You try to evaluate this, this will come out to be 5 by 6 minus 1 by 3. So this can be written as 2 by 6. 2 by 6, this can be 2 by 6. So minus 2 by 6 plus 5 by 6, you will be having plus 3 by 6, that will be equal to 1 by 2. So B comes out to be 1 by 2. Let me mention it here. So all the three values we got. Now the relation for time period. The relation for, you see, we will evaluate given that period T of oscillation. So period T for oscillation, that will come out to be, after obtaining all the values, let me write down the final relation. T will be equal to K times pressure to the power A. So A value is, we have evaluated that as 5 minus 5 by 6, and density D power B. So B value we have, that is equal to 1 by 2. And then we have energy to the power C, that value is 1 by 3. So energy to the power 1 by 3. This is the relation that we are looking for to obtain. So I believe that this question is quite clear to you all. You must have understood about how to evaluate a formula if you know how to use dimensional relation to get onto a formula for a given variable. Let's switch to the next question. We have next question as a physical quantity P is given by P equals to A square B cube C into D to the power half. The percentage error of measurement in A, B, C and D are 1%, 2%, 3% and 4% respectively. What is the percentage error in the quantity P? Let's go ahead with its calculation. First of all, let me write down the formula for the quantity P. Given that P is equal to A square B cube C D power half. A square B cube C D to the power half. This is what it has been given. Percentage error of measurement in A, B, C, D are. So I'm writing, I will use that later on. It's given that it's 1, 2, 3 and 4% respectively. What is the percentage error in the quantity P? Now see, I have told you all delta P by P into 100 will be equal to, see how to write this, this will be twice of delta A by A plus 3 times of delta B by B plus 1 time of delta C by C plus we have 1 by 2, or let me write here only, plus we have 1 by 2 times of delta D by D and overall multiplied with 100%. Now see, delta A by A into 100% is given as its percentage error, that is given as 1. So let me write here this as 2 into 1 plus 3 into percentage error in B, that is 2. So let me write this as 2, this is given as 3 and this is given as 1 by 2 into 4, because delta D by D, that's given as 4% is the error in it. Now let's solve this. 2 plus 6 8, 8 plus 3 11, 11 plus 2 13%. So we got the answer as 13% for the percentage error in P. So percentage error in P is 13 error, and this is the method that we have to use while calculating the percentage error in P. I hope that you've understood how we have used. We should know how to break the formula in terms of its percentage error. Let's switch to the next question, question number 3. Again, it's related to percentage error. Read it. A physical quantity P is related to 4 observables A, B, C and D as follows. P equals to A cube B square under root divided by under root CD we have. If the percentage error of measurement in A, B, C and D are 1, 3, 4 and 2 respectively, then what is the percentage error in the quantity? So this time we want to mark the percentage error. Similar kind of question, so I'll be very fast in doing this. Only change that we have changed the formula. So we have the quantity P is given as A cube B square upon root CD. It's A cube B square upon root CD. You can check it. It's A cube B square upon root CD. So if I write in terms of error, again it's the P thing, but the formula is different. So we will be using the same formula, 3 into delta A by A plus twice of delta B by B plus, now see, although this is in denominator, its power will be minus 1 by 2 for C and D, but you have to use plus here. It will be 1 by 2 delta C by C plus 1 by 2 delta D by D. This is how we have to use. Let's enclose this into 100%. Let's go ahead with the calculation. 3 times of delta A by A. Percentage in A is 1, in B it's 3. So here it will be 1 plus 3 plus half times of 4. It doesn't matter whether it's under root. It's under root only for this coefficient. We don't do under root of this 4, understand, don't do under root of this 4, don't do under root of this 2, plus half into 2. This is what the value that will be obtaining as the percentage error. Let's go ahead, the answer will be very simple. 3 plus 6 9, 9 plus 2 11, 11 plus 1 12. So 12% will be the error while calculating this. 12% will be the error. So I believe that it's a quite similar kind of question, so I'm not going to elaborate more on this. Let's go ahead with the next question of the day, fourth one. Physical quantity Y a power 4 b square divided by c d power 4 1 by 3 has 4 observables a, b, c and d. Percentage in a, b, c, d are 2, 3, 4 and 5. The percentage in y will be, this time options we have provided, so just use it cautiously. Y equals to a power 4 b square. Y equals to a to the power 4 b square divided by c d power 4 power 1 by 3. So again delta y by y into 100%, this turns out to be, see here, I am writing directly because you all would be very well aware about how to do this. Now see this term, this is c to the power 1 by 3 in denominator, it will go up, it will c to the power minus 1 by 3, but we will be using plus 1 by 3 delta c by c, and for this it will become 4 by 3, so plus 4 by 3 delta d by d multiplied with 100%, this is what we have to evaluate. Let's go ahead. Delta a by a into 100%, that is given as 2. So for a will be using 4 into 2. For b will be using delta b by b, that will be 3. For c it's given as 4. For d it's given as 5. So let me write here 5 in terms of percentage. 4 into 8, 3 into 2, 6, 8 plus 6, 14. 14 plus, now see 4 by 3 plus 20 by 3. That means 24 by 3, that means 24 by 3, that means 8. So 8 for this entire term, 8 plus 6, 14. 14 plus 8, you will get 22%. So the answer is 22%, that is the right answer is option number D that I am showing you here. 22% is the right answer as per the given option. Easy thing, not to worry about it. Let me wipe the board. Let's go ahead with the next question of the class, and let me also rub this. Now here we have a different kind of question. The velocity v of a particle at time t is given by v equals to at plus b upon t plus c, where a, b and c are constants. The dimension of a, b and c are, we have to see the dimension of a, b and c. Now see, this should be dimensionally correct. Dimension at the left hand side is given as velocity. So velocity is equal to at plus b upon t plus c. The left hand side dimension is Lt power minus 1. The right hand side dimension should be also same. So this is a into dimension that we have t plus b we have, here we have t and here we have c. So every term should be having the same dimension. To make it dimensionally correct at every part, a should be equal to L t power minus 2. Comparing the dimensions, we have a should be, understand, a should be turn out to be L t power minus 2. You can check L t power minus 2, then t here it will become L t power minus 1. Now for b, this will be only L, because in the numerator we will be having only L, in denominator already we have time. And for c, it's very straight way, you can see only same dimensional things can be added. So t plus c, c will be having the same dimensions of time. So a L t power minus 2, b is L, c is t. So we have the correct relation as option number B. This is what the relation that we are finding as a true relation. So option number B is the right option. Hope that you would have understood how to solve such kind of question. Let's switch to the next question. The sixth one. The displacement of a particle is given by s equal to at plus bt square, but t is time and a and b are two constants. The dimensional formula of the constant b is, we have to check the option. In the same method, using the same procedure, let's go ahead. S equal to at plus bt square. We got this. Dimension of A and the dimension of, see, every term on the right hand side which is dimensionally equal to dimension of the term on the left hand side. So we have here L, here we have A, T plus B, T square. This is what we are going to have. You see, we have, it's given that displacement, so this will be equal to L. Now here we should have an L, so comparing dimensionally, A should be equal to L and B should turn out to be, this should be equal to L, and there should be also T power minus 2. Then T power minus 2 into T power 2 will be cancelled out, so, and we will be having, now see, just one more minute, this should be LT power minus 1. Then only when it is multiplied with this time factor cancels out. This is how we have to do. So LT power minus 1, LT power minus 2. So we are getting for A the dimensional formula of the constant B, or we have to find out only for B. So B is LT power minus 2. So it's M power 0, LT power minus 2. Option number C is the right option. M power 0, there is no value for the mass, its power will be 0. So M power 0, LT power minus 2. This will be the dimensional formula for the constant B. We have to compare both the sides. Next question we are having, 7th one. X equal to this and percentage and A, B, C and D are given. So same kind of question we are having again. Because such kind of questions are very much repeated in your examinations, both in board and both in CBSE NEET examination. So very much be prepared of solving such kind of question. That's why we have included more such kind of questions in our practice. X equal to this, A cube B square upon root C and D. A cube B square upon root C multiplied with D. So delta X by X in the same way is equal to, now I believe that you would be clear about how to mention every term plus twice of delta B by B plus its root C, so only multiply here half delta C by C. Don't get confused that you have to use minus half, no, you have to use plus half even though it's in denominator, and plus 1 delta D by D. This is how you have to solve it. Let's go ahead, let's put up the values. 3 delta A by A, it's percentage error. For A we have 1, for B we have 2, you can check, B we have 2, for C and D we have 4 and 4 respectively. So this will be 1 by 2 into 4 plus 1 into 4 percentage. 3 plus 4 7, 7 plus 2 9, 9 plus 4 13. 13% is the answer. The right answer will be option number D, that is the 13% is the percentage error in the value of X. I believe that now anytime such kind of question is going to put up in your examination, you can easily solve them. Let's go ahead with the next one, and before that let me rub this part. The next one, in a system of units of force F, acceleration A and time t are taken as fundamental units, then the dimensional formula of energy is. This time we want to find out, we have changed the fundamental variables as force, acceleration and time instead of mass, length and time. So what will be the dimensional formula for energy? Let's say the energy is dependent on these three fundamental quantities, as it's dimensionally, I'm writing the dimensional relation. Energy dimensions will be here, and this is dimensionally related to force, acceleration and time. F power A, acceleration A power B, and time to the power C. Let's proceed. Now what you do, first you write this relation in this way. Here we have energy, here we have rest 3, the new fundamental variables. Put up the dimensional formula for each of the term. Energy, see what you are going to put up. Okay, for energy. Force we know it's mlt power minus 2 power A, and then for acceleration it's lt power minus 2 meter per square second power B, and for time we have t to the power C. Write down the dimensional equation once again. m power a, L power, you see it will be a and there is power b, so L power a plus b, and t to the power minus 2a minus 2b plus c, minus 2a minus 2b plus c. This is what you are going to mention about time t. Let's go ahead. M L to the power 2 t. Now let's compare directly. Let's start comparing. We have this. So a will be what? If we compare the powers, a will be equal to 1. That's quite obvious. A plus b will be equal to 2. So implies that b will come out to be 2 minus a, that will be equal to 1. B also is equal to 1. For c, we have minus 2a plus 2b plus c is equal to minus 2. Minus 2a, that means minus 2, minus no, plus 2b, that means equal to plus 2, plus c is equal to minus 2. From here we have c is equal to minus 2. So the answer will be what? F to the power 1, a to the power b, that is also 1, and t to the power c, that is minus 2. So the energy will be dimensionally related to F to the power 1, acceleration a to the power 1, and time t to the power minus 2. So it will be F a t to the power minus 2. Let's go ahead. F a t to the power minus 2. Okay, and here we have, you see here we have one addition F a t power 2 and F a square t, F a square t power 2 and F a t. Let us check if we have missed something. Minus 2a plus 2b plus c, minus 2a plus 2b plus c equals to minus 2. Yeah, that's okay, that's minus 2 we have written. Now minus 2 for a plus 2b, we have added, we have taken b as equal to minus a, that's equal to also 1. So minus 2a, now see one mistake that we have done. Minus 2a, that's 2 into a 1 plus 2, this is okay, and c is also equal to minus 2. So this c will turn out to be minus 2, that's okay. So let's write an f a t power minus 2. So only we have to change an option, it will be f a t to the power minus 2 here. Just make one correction here, it will be f a t power minus 2. So let me go ahead and write down this as f a t to the power minus 2. This will be the right answer. Just one minus sign may be missed here. So this is the right answer for this one. So I believe that you have understood how to solve all these questions. So what you do, take notes till here that we have solved, and I will start from the other end. Okay, just a minute, if we just check once, there is one calculation mistake that we should correct. It's t to the power minus 2b. So here you see I have written t to the power minus 2a plus 2b, and you just make a change, this should be minus 2b. That is what we need to do, minus 2b plus c, this is what we have to do. So minus 2a minus 2b, that is what we need to include here, minus 2b plus c. So minus 2a, that will come out to be minus 2, minus 2b, so minus 2b, minus 2 into 1. So this will turn out to be minus 2 into 1 plus c. So c will turn out to be equal to minus 2. See, yes, c will turn out to be minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 4. So plus 4. So this will turn out to be plus 2 instead of minus 2 that we have mentioned. C turns out to be plus 2. So the final formula for energy will be F a t to the power plus 2. So make one quick correction, it will be F a t to the power plus 2, that is option number A is correct here. This is the option that is the right answer here. So just in hurry and quick succession, I have just missed one sign, that for that we got a wrong answer. The same you all don't do in exam, be very cautious while solving the numericals that you are going to have. Next one please, we are having the ninth one. The dimensional formula of gravitational constant is, so we need to find the dimensional formula for gravitational constant. That's quite, you must be not knowing now about the gravitational constant, but you must be knowing this relation, F is equal to G m1 m2 upon r square. This is the formula for force acting between 2 point masses separated at a distance r. Their masses are m1 m2. So G dimensional formula will be F divided by into r square divided by masses. We can write a G is equal to this. Now dimensionally, if I write everything, so F has dimensions ml t power minus 2, R has L to the power 2 and M has M into M, so M power 2. Overall, we will be having M power minus 1, L power 3, T to the power minus 2. This is the value for the gravitational dimensional formula M power minus 1, L to power 3, T power minus 2. So you can see here we are having M power minus 1 here, L to the power 3 and T to the power minus 2 here. Option number C, M power minus 1, L to the power 3. It seems that D and C to be same, but actually there is no minus sign here, there is no minus 1. So C will be the right answer, M power minus 1, L to the power 3 and T to the power minus 2. So this is how we are going to solve for any formula, how we can get the dimensional formula for other variables. Let's go ahead with the next one. The dimensional formula for relative density. Relative density, if you remember, what is relative density? This is density of a substance compared to the density of water. That means a ratio of density of a substance with density of water. So relative density, if we need to mark, that is density of object or substance divided by density of water. Hence, it is dimensionless. It will be having no units, it will be dimensionless. I will go ahead, I will write that it is nothing but dimensionless. You can see here. So let me go ahead and write this as dimensionless. So the right answer is option number D. It has got no dimension, so it will be dimensionless. Need not to check for all the dimensions. This was all the practice questions in this chapter. Now for students who are preparing for your medical entrance examination, you can see this exercise. You can also see the CBSE exercise, and for your reference, you can see the JEE main exercise also. It will be very much helpful for you all. So till the time after this exercise, we will be practicing more questions in the next chapter. You all take good care of yourself and keep studying, keep practicing. Thank you everyone. Wish you all the very best.